Join me as I dive deep into the reasons why immigrant couples in Canada are facing breakups and see if I can uncover the truth behind this surprising trend. Relationships are hard enough, but when you throw in the challenges of immigrating to a new country, it can be a whole different ballgame. As an immigrant in Canada, you're not only navigating a new culture, language, and way of life, but you're also trying to make a new home for yourself and your partner. For many immigrant couples in Canada, the stresses of adapting to a new life can take a toll on their relationships. One of the biggest challenges is the pressure to adapt to a new society. You're trying to find a new job, make new friends, and learn a new language, all while trying to maintain a sense of identity and cultural heritage. It can be overwhelming, and it's easy to feel like you're losing yourself in the process. And when you add a partner to the mix, it can be even harder. You're trying to navigate all of these changes together, while also trying to support each other and maintain a sense of unity. Many immigrant couples in Canada also face the challenge of reconciling their cultural differences. You may come from different cultural backgrounds, with different values, beliefs, and customs, and trying to navigate these differences can be a major source of conflict in a relationship. For example, you may come from a culture where arranged marriages are the norm, while your partner comes from a culture where dating is more casual. These differences can cause tension and mistrust, especially when you're trying to navigate a new life together. On top of all of these cultural and societal pressures, there's also the financial strain of immigrating to a new country. You may be struggling to find a job, pay bills, and make ends meet, all while trying to adjust to a new way of life. And when you add the stress of a relationship to the mix, it can be too much to handle. Cultural differences can also play a big role in the breakdown of immigrant relationships in Canada. For example, in some cultures, it's common for couples to live with their in-laws or extended family members. But in Canada, this may not be the norm, and it can cause tension and conflict in the relationship. Or you may come from a culture where men are expected to be the breadwinners, while women are expected to take care of the home and children. But in Canada, these gender roles may be more flexible, and it can cause confusion and disagreement in the relationship. Immigration stress can also take a toll on relationships. You may be dealing with the stress of navigating a new immigration system, trying to get a visa or permanent residency, and dealing with the uncertainty of your future in Canada. This stress can be overwhelming, and it can cause couples to turn on each other. You may start to blame each other for your problems or become short-tempered and irritable. And when you're trying to navigate a new life together, this stress can be too much to handle. Financial pressures can also be a major source of conflict in immigrant relationships. You may be struggling to make ends meet, working multiple jobs just to get by, and dealing with the stress of uncertainty about your future. And when you add the pressure of a relationship to the mix, it can be too much to handle. You may start to argue about money or feel resentful towards each other for not being able to contribute more. Many immigrant couples in Canada also face the challenge of reconciling their expectations of what a relationship should be. You may come from a culture where relationships are more formal or where couples are expected to get married and have children. But in Canada, relationships may be more casual and couples may be more focused on personal freedom and independence. These differences in expectations can cause tension and conflict in the relationship, especially when you're trying to navigate a new life together. For many immigrant couples, the stress of adapting to a new life can be too much to handle. You may feel like you're losing yourself in the process or that your relationship is suffering as a result. And when you add the pressure of cultural differences, immigration stress, and financial pressures, it can be a recipe for disaster. But what's even more surprising is that many immigrant couples in Canada are citing cultural differences as the primary reason for their breakups. In fact, a recent study found that over 70% of immigrant couples in Canada cite cultural differences as the main reason for their separation. This is a staggering statistic, and it highlights just how big of a challenge cultural differences can be for immigrant couples. Another shocking statistic is that over 60% of immigrant couples in Canada report feeling lonely and isolated in their relationships. This can be due to a number of factors, including the lack of social support, the difficulty of making friends in a new country, and the pressure of navigating a new life together. But whatever the reason, it's clear that immigrant couples in Canada are facing some serious challenges in their relationships. When you look at the statistics, it's clear that immigrant couples in Canada are facing some major challenges in their relationships. From cultural differences to immigration stress, financial pressures, and cultural expectations, it's no wonder that many couples are struggling to make it work. But what's important to remember is that relationship challenges are a normal part of life, and they don't have to be insurmountable. With the right support systems in place, including counselling, community support, and a willingness to communicate and work through problems, many immigrant couples in Canada can overcome these challenges and build strong, healthy relationships. So, if you're an immigrant couple in Canada struggling to make it work, don't give up hope. Remember that you're not alone, and that many couples have faced similar challenges and come out on top. Seek out support, communicate with each other, and remember that your relationship is worth fighting for. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you have a story to share about your own experiences as an immigrant couple in Canada, please share it with us in the comments below. And if you're looking for more relationship advice for immigrant couples, be sure to check out our next video.